In this session, we are going to discuss how to treat missing values in Excel file or CSV file. So whatever the data set we are going to get, so how to fill the missing value. This is one of the important step in any machine learning algorithms. So before starting any machine learning algorithm, before applying any machine learning algorithm, one of the important step is filling or treating the missing value. Why filling missing values or treating missing values is important is, for example, some column 1, it is having, so total rows are some 2000 rows, the total records I have 2000 records, but in column 1, so there are some 257 values or 250 values are missing, and column 2 something around some 124 values are missing, and column 3, so no values missed, means it is completely 2000 rows are there, so no missing values. Like this, if I have some 10 columns, so there are some columns which values are missed. If I don't consider these missing values, if I don't fill or if I don't handle these missing values, it will impact performance of the model. Why it will impact means, maybe due to this, I'm not considering these missing values. There may be some relationship we are missing. Maybe the relationship between column 1 and column 2 or column 3 will be there. Some relationship is there. Wherever the values are missed, we may missing some relationship between those columns. So missing data, it is one of the important missing data in the training data. The training data can reduce the power, power or fit of a model, As I told, if I miss this, there may be a chance of reducing the performance of the model. So why it will reduce a model means, because we have not analyzed behavior and relationship behavior and relationship with other variables correctly, with other variables. So if there are some missing values in column 1 that may be related to with other column 2, but due to these missing values, I'm not able to find what exactly the relationship between those columns. That's why it is one of the important steps while filling the missing values. Now in today's session, we will see how to treat these missing values. How to treating missing values. Treating missing values. We will see there are a lot of techniques are there. We can use those techniques to fill missing values. First, we have some methods like fill NA and drop NA method. The fill NA function, first we will see fill NA function, which is used to fill the missing values, which is used to fill the missing values, or if there is a not a number values, if you save, means if you read CSV or Excel file in the data frame, it will store as a not a number if it is a null or empty value. Not a number we need to handle, which is used to fill missing values or not a number values in pandas data frame. which is used to fill the missing values are not a number, values in pandas data frame. Pandas data frame. With suitable data as decided by user. What is the suitable data we will see. And drop any method, which is used to remove the row, or column from data frame which is having missing values. Opposite to fill any which is used to fill those values, but drop any it will drop completely, means it will delete complete row or column which is having missing value. Now, first I will read the data. First I will read some Excel file or some CSV file. First I will show what is the missing value, and then I will try to apply fill any and drop any methods for that. Open Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter space notebook. Click on new. First, in order to use pandas, import pandas as PD. I have one Excel file in my system to fill any example. Here it is having some missing values. If you see here in this column, here some missing values. Here also some missing values. I wanted to fill these missing values by the fill any and drop any. So it is Excel file. In pandas, there is one method called as read underscore Excel, which is used to read that Excel file. I need to use this file path. And also I need to mention the file name. Fill any example. Properties, it is XLSX file. I will copy this file name. Excel SX. So this is the format of this file. After reading, it will store in a data frame. Print data frame. It is having all these rows. If you see here, wherever the value is missing in the data frame, it will save it as a NaN. So NaN is not nothing but not a number. So wherever the values are missed, if you see Excel, so here are the values are missed. Here the values are missed. So wherever the values are missed, it is saved as a NaN in data frame. Now I need to handle this. So first, fill the values with 0. First, I will use one syntax, fill the values with 0. 0 nothing but I don't know that value. So just I'm saving that, means I'm filling that NaN value with 0. See here, new data frame equal to data frame dot one method fill Na method. I wanted to fill it with 0, new data frame. Execute this. First, I need to declare this data frame, right? New data frame equal to here spelling mistake, fill Na, FILL Na. Execute this. It is created in new data frame. See first example, in the second row, it is NaN is there in temperature. Now it is filled with 0. In the event column also, see here, in the fourth row it is NaN, here fourth row it is filled with 0. So what this fill NA method is doing, it is filling with a specified value wherever the value is missing. Here I used fill NA of 0, it is filling with 0. But if you observe temperature, it is a number. Wind speed, it is a number. But even it is rainy, sunny, and cloudy. If I will fill with 0, there is no meaning. Means it is a string, but I am filling with something 0. So 0 is no meaning. Instead of that, I wanted to print no event. Instead of filling with 0, I wanted to print with no meaning. So fill NA. So temperature and wind speed, I wanted to fill with 0, but event column, I wanted to fill with no event. See here how I am going to fill new data frame equal to df dot fill NA method only, fill NA method only. Here I need to use dictionary format, key value pair, means column name and which value I wanted to fill, I need to mention. So first one is temperature column. I wanted to fill temperature with a 0, and next column, that also I wanted to fill with a 0, and last column, event column, I wanted to fill it with, I wanted to fill it with no event. Instead of filling with 0, I wanted to fill with no event. So second column name is wind speed, and third column name is event. Observe the output. Now instead of filling with 0 in the event column, now it will fill with no event. New data frame. Execute this. See here, wherever the value missed in event column, now it is filled with no event instead of 0. Now it is somewhat meaning, instead of filling event with 0, no event means the user will understand there is no event in that particular way. Now, so there are different methods. This is method 1. So method 1, use fill any method, fill with specified value. Here I need to mention specified value. If it is maybe 0 or some other no event, you need to specify the value. If I wanted to fill multiple different values, then I need to give dictionary as input. Key value pair, key will be the column name and value is which value you wanted to fill. Next, second method. Second method is drop NA. The second method is drop NA. Drop NA. So drop the column completely using drop function. It is particular, means which is having large number of missing values, means based on the business criteria. If I wanted to remove the columns which is having minimum 25% of missing values or 75% of missing values, based on the customer or based on the user, we can remove all the complete column if it is having more missing value. See here, new data frame equal to data frame dot drop NA, drop NA, and execute this new data frame. See here, previously it is filling with some missing value. Now drop NA method, it will remove all the columns which is having null values, or it will remove all the records which is having null records. If you see totally 9 records are there. Now after eliminating those null columns, it is having only 3 records. But this method drop NA, so don't apply while using machine learning. What it will do means it will remove all the columns which are having null values. But we will lose lot of information if you simply remove drop NA method, because there may be some relationship with one column to another column. If I remove those records, it will affect the performance of the model in future predictions. This drop NA method rarely you can use. When you are going to use means almost all the columns values are missed. Means there are 9 columns are there. In all the 9 columns are values are missed. In some 100 records or 1,000 records. In that case, apply drop NA, which is having all the records are missed. This is method 2. Next method 3. Method 3. In the method 3, so fill NA method with mean value of that particular column. Mean value of the column means, for example, in temperature column values are missing. Instead of filling with either 0 or some specified value, I wanted to fill this with mean of this column. See here, first I will print df data frame. Here if you see temperature column you have 32, 28. Other than NaN values, it is 32, 28, 32, 34, 40. So 4 values are not missed, 5 values. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 remaining values are missed. So open calculator. So you can calculate here 32 plus 28 plus 32 plus 34 plus 40. The total 166. But how many rows we have values is 5 rows. So divide by 5. It is approximately 33.2. See here, if I apply mean value here, new df equal to df dot na fill na, and for this I wanted to print, means I wanted to fill with mean values of the column. Now print new df. If you observe, if it is a numerical or floating point value, it is replacing whatever we calculated 33.2, means it is the mean. Here also it is missing, and here also it is missing, here also it is missing. In the missed value place, it will replace with that mean of the column. But if it is a string, here also it is a float in wind speed, but if it is a even, it is a string, it won't replace because it won't know what is rainy plus sunny plus snow plus by something. It won't know what is the average of those strings, means it is not possible to calculate mean of that. Instead of that, it will means it won't replace anything in that string column if I use mean. Similarly, I can fill with median. So copy paste this. Instead of mean, if I wanted to fill with median, means middle value. So if I execute this 32, so 32, 28, 32, similarly calculate here 32, 28, and 32, 34, and 40. If you see middle value is 32. Now it will replace with 32, not with median. That means if I calculate median, so what it will do means middle value it will take, it will replace fill missing values with median value. Median is nothing but middle value of this records. So 32, 28, 32, 34, 40. The middle value is 32. It will replace with 32. Execute this. Wherever the value is missing, it will replace with 32. It will replace the value with. It is applicable same as in the first string. It is not possible to replace with mean. or median value. So next method 5, mode. Method 5, mode. So what is mode? Advantage here. So what is the advantage of mode here? We'll copy this. See here, instead of median, I wanted to mention mode. So what is the advantage here? See here, mode. Mode is nothing but most repeated value. So 32, mode is nothing but most repeated value. Fill in a df mode. Actually, you have doubt here. So it is replacing with NaN only. So why it is replacing with NaN only means here mode is nothing but which is having most repeated value. Which is most repeated value. Here if you see normal table here, most repeated value here it is NaN. Here if you see most repeated value NaN only, not median. Just to take mode, see here mode, execute this. If you see here, mode is nothing but which is most repeated value. Here if you see as per computer, it will understand most repeated value is NaN. So that's why it is replacing with NaN only, not with other value. Here also NaN only. Now, how to replace with the middle means most repeated value with the available value means 32, 28, 32, 34, 40. Here most repeated value in this column is 32. Means 32 is repeated twice. Here if you see 6, 9, the original data frame, print data frame. Here if you see most repeated value 6, 9, 7, 8, 12. Here in the event rainy, sunny, rainy, rainy 2 times, sunny 3 times. Means sunny is most repeated value. How to replace with this most repeated value? See here, I will write some for loop per column in new data frame dot columns. For each column in new data frame, see here, new data frame of column means for each column new data frame dot fill na new data frame of column dot mode sub 0 comma in place equal to true. If you give in place, then only it will represent original data frame. Otherwise, if you don't give this in place equal to true, it won't change the original data frame. See here, original data frame means this new df. Only for printing it will change if I don't give this in place. If I wanted to change within this data frame, so then I need to use in place equal to. So print this new data frame. Now you can see most repeated value 32 is changed, replaced in this missing values. If you see here, wherever it is missing, sunny got replaced. Wherever the value is missed, it is replacing with the most repeated value. So what is mode is? Mode will replace with most repeated value. Now there are two more methods, method 6 and method 7. Method 6 forward fill and method 7 backward fill. Backward fill. What these two methods we will see. First I will print a data frame. data frame. Forward fill means it will fill the value with previous value. If you see here in the second row, NAN is there, it will fill with the previous value 32. If you see here NAN, this will fill with 28. And if you see here NAN, it will fill with 32. Like this, here NAN means it will fill with snow, and here NAN means it will fill with sun. Forward fill, it will fill the missing value with the previous value. Forward fill, it will fill the missing value with the previous value. See here, new data frame equal to new data frame equal to data frame dot fill NA. So there is one attribute for fill NA, method equal to forward fill, F fill. And now print a new data frame. Execute this. If you see here, second row, there is one missing value, it is filled with 32. And fourth row, it is a missing value, it will fill with 28. And here last two rows, fifth and sixth row. So before 34, if you see here, these two values are filled with previous value. And here in the fourth row, NaN will fill with snow. It will fill with snow with the previous value. So forward fill means it will fill the missing value with the previous value, and backward fill I will show. If you see here, backward fill, it will fill with the next value. Here it will fill with 28, here it will fill with rainy, and here it will fill with cloudy. So what is backward fill is, it will fill the value with the next value. Now apply this code. In method, I will use B fill. Instead of F fill, I need to use B fill. Execute this. Now if you see here, this 28 is filled with the previous value. And here this NaN is filled with not previous value, it is next value. It will fill with next value, rainy. So like this, wherever it is missed, for example, here from last to third row, it will fill with cloudy. From last to third row, it will fill with cloudy. So with the next value, it will replace. Now last method is, if you see data frame, it is filling. If I apply fill NA, it is filling all values. For example, if you see here, there are two missing values, and here there are three missing values. It is filling all missing values, but I don't want it to fill. If there are here, if you see, there are three missing values, I wanted to fill only one, or I wanted to fill only two, so last two, or I wanted to fill all three. So see here how to fill missing values. There is one more attribute called as limit attribute, which is used to limit the number of records to fill this missing value. So after using, either you can use forward fill or backward fill. For example, forward fill, comma, there is one more attribute, limit equal to 1. So what it will do means, even two values are missing, it will fill only one value. Here there are three values are missing, it will fill only one value. Forward fill means if, with previous value it is going to fill. If you see here, there are three missing values here, but it is filling only one value because I given limit equal to 1. If I give limit equal to 2, it will fill two missing values, sequential missing values. If you see here, there are two values got filled and it is leaving this third field. Like that, number of values which you wanted to fill, you need to specify. It will limit those many records. So thank you, friends. This is about filling missing values in data frame. In the next class, we will discuss some more topics in pandas.